Just when it looks like Antonio Pierce will remain the head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders, he's gone. Another one done bit the damn dust. I didn't think the Raiders were an attractive destination for one of the top candidates, so I thought Pierce would remain. Excuse me if I'm wrong, but I believe owner Mark Davis is about to hire his 8th head coach since taking over the reins in late 2011. He's been listening to so many voices over the years, and now he's listening to Tom Brady's. Does that mean all is going to be well in Raider Nation again and all the losing is over? Well, let's hope Brady is more Ozzie Newsome than he is Michael Jordan. So who's next? Anything can happen, but I think it's a two-man race right now. First, let me thank Pierce for his efforts. I think he changed the culture, but it takes more than that to win. There are some that say Pierce wasn't a good coach and others that say he was set up to fail. To that I say both things can be true. How many rookie head coaches are actually good? He had issues with game management and all that, but what rookie head coach doesn't? But at the same time, Pierce couldn't get the offensive coordinator he wanted because there weren't enough years on Pierce's contract. Therefore, Cliff Kingsbury didn't feel comfortable and went to the Washington Commanders. So really, in the end, the Raiders did the right thing. They should have either committed more years to Pierce or fired him, because that would have kept happening with assistant coaches. No one wants to take their family to another state only to have to do it again a year later. Defense coordinator Patrick Graham turned down an extension last offseason behind that and wanting to be a head coach himself. If he doesn't get a head coaching gig, he'll be looking for a stable situation with the head coach wherever he goes. As a matter of fact, Graham is interviewing for defensive coordinator and head coaching positions as we speak. I know some of you want him, but I don't think Ben Johnson's interested in the Raiders. He's reportedly intrigued with the Chicago Bears and should be. The Bears have quarterback Caleb Williams, and they're really not a bad team. The coaches they've had over there have just been horrible. So you have a quarterback, not too bad of a team, and the 10th pick in the draft. That's attractive. The New England Patriots have interest in him too. I might have said before that they're a more attractive situation than the Raiders, but nah. That's why I think the Raiders are going in on Mike Vrabel, whom the Patriots also have interest in. They have the number 4 overall pick in quarterback Drake May, but not much else. Vrabel has an interview with the Patriots scheduled for tomorrow, so if he's allowed to leave that building, look for the Raiders to pounce. Who knows, Brady and Vrabel are tight, so they can possibly pull it off. Vrabel would already have a dominant defense when healthy. They just need a quarterback, running back, and a couple of offensive linemen to be relevant again. Then there's Davis. You already know he pays more than the rest of the coaches do. If all else fails for Davis and the Raiders, I think Jon Gruden can come back to the Raiders once again. He's the only man in the world that Davis loves more than Brady. The media's been talking about Gruden preparing for a comeback to the NFL for months now. They say he has interest around the league too. There are reasons to question a move like this, such as his lawsuit status against the NFL. However, Davis can make the move if he doesn't care about ruffling a few feathers. He could be thinking that he finally had something going in 2021 and the NFL screwed it up just to cover someone else's behind. Then you have to look at the fact that he coached the Raiders to the majority of the winning seasons they've had since the turn of the century, including the last one. Davis has had all those head coaches since 2011, and Gruden is the only one he gave 4 years to turn things around, and he did. However brief it was, he did it. I'm not calling Gruden the leading candidate for the job, but again, if Davis can't give Vrabel, don't count Gruden out. Davis wants a guy that has experience. You can call it unfinished business too. Alright, there's something I have to address here. It's one thing the Raiders didn't want Pierce to be the head coach anymore. I get that, no problem. But it's another thing to parade him around press conferences and then fire him the day after. That is a very tacky way to do things. Pierce wasn't successful in his first year as a head coach, but he deserved better than that. Now in the search for the Raiders' next head coach, there are a lot of guys they're looking at behind the scenes that I don't know about. But of the guys I do know about, it's a two-man race between Vrabel and Gruden, because I don't see Davis wanting a guy with no experience. Thank you for watching. See you next time.